Hey everyone, today we are in Farmington Hills, Michigan, checking out the 2025 Nissan Armada. This is all new for 2025, and in this video we're going to be giving you a brief first impressions on it. I only have a couple hours with this vehicle. I have my beautiful wife with me, so she's going to help me with some of the features, so let's go ahead and get started. This is the Platinum Reserve trim, and this, as tested, is what, $86,000? Yes, $86,000 on a Monroney. So let's go ahead and take you guys for a quick walk around it. We'll dive into the exterior impressions, interior impressions, and then we'll go ahead and take it on a short test drive, and I'll give you my thoughts as we go along the way. This Armada is finished in ocean blue. This is the Platinum Reserve trim, the top trim for the Armada. You do get, I believe, SV, SL, Platinum Reserve, and Pro 4X. This was kind of out of order. You have 22-inch wheels. You got a 4-corner air suspension as well. That is a Nissan first. This new Armada looks absolutely amazing in my opinion. Very, very cool. LED headlights, LED daytime running lights, LED fog lights. You have Pro Pilot Assist 2.1 here in the Platinum Reserve trim. Really like this floating roof design here. Very, very sharp. Let's go ahead and check out the trunk real quick. You do see it doesn't have a very big chin anymore like the previous generation Armada. Power liftgate. This is a 3-row SUV, so plenty of room for the family. This is more of a family-oriented vehicle that, you know, with the Pro 4X trim could do some extra off-road capabilities. Can't wait to get my hands on one of those, hopefully very, very soon. You do have a air suspension, like I said, that can lower and raise with the press of a button back here, which is pretty awesome. It's pretty quick, not bad at all. You do have a power folding second row. Obviously, that one's not going to fold because all of their camera gear is there. You do have one-touch power folding third row, and it folds completely flat. Obviously, this one can't because of all of our camera gear, but you could probably fit a sheet of plywood back here, camp back here if you wanted to. Not a problem at all. I believe he said you get 25% more storage behind the third row. I find the storage space back here to be a lot more useful than something like a Toyota Sequoia or even a Tahoe. Yeah, very useful. The load height isn't that high, and like I said, you can lower and raise the rear suspension to accommodate for that. Do get a 120-volt outlet back here, which is very nice to see. This does take regular 87, which is very nice to see. You know, premium fuel is recommended for maximum performance, towing, hot weather, high altitude, heavy acceleration, etc. But it's tuned to run on 87. We'll get to the engine here in just a few moments. It's pretty simple to get into the third row. All you have to do is just pop this lever here, and it just moves forward effortlessly. Pretty easy to fold back here too. So I'm 6 foot. This is actually a very livable space back here. My head is ever so slightly grazing the roof, but barely. And I actually have maybe a ½ inch of leg room. For a third row SUV, this is actually usable. Got a couple cup holders back here, USB-C port, and what does this button do? Oh, you can recline or move forward the seat back, which is pretty nice. Sit 3 back here pretty comfortably. I'm actually really impressed. This is an actually usable third row SUV for adults. Get out, all you gotta do is pull that lever, push the seat up. It's pretty easy to get out. Let's go ahead and check out the second row real quick. I will say these seats are so comfortable. These are the Nissan Zero Gravity seats, and they are absolutely the most comfortable seat I have probably ever been in. What do you think, dear? Pretty comfortable for you too. Back here you do have climate controls, and you do have rear heated seats as well. A couple USB-C ports, 12-volt outlet, couple cup holders, couple USB-C ports back here as well. You can even probably pass through the middle here pretty easily to get in and out of the third row instead of, you know, folding that seat forward. But yeah, not bad at all. A couple map pockets, panoramic sunroof. Very, very cool. Very nice place to be. I wouldn't complain at all. Let's go ahead and check out what's under the hood. So under the hood, gone is the naturally aspirated V8, and in is this 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6, making 425 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque. Made it to a 9-speed transmission. Very good powertrain so far based on this drive here, and yeah, we'll kind of evaluate it further on the road. But this is the VR35. It's evolved from the Nissan GTR. So pretty cool powertrain. All right, let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat here. The front driver and passenger seats are heated, ventilated, and massaging. And what's this color? Cypress or almond? Almond chai. Very cool color. I really like it with this blue. I think it complements it very nicely. You do have memory seats as well. Pretty easy ingress and egress. Once again, this vehicle will lower on entry and exit if you want it to. Pretty cool with that air suspension. Up front here, you get dual 14.3 inch screens. I think that's what it was. The SV, the base model, gets 12 inch or 12 or 12.3 inch screens. This infotainment's pretty nice as well. It's not too laggy at all. It's got some nice animations to it. There's a lot to cover in here, so I won't dive too far into that. I'll just kind of wait until I get one later for further evaluation. Wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay as well, and you can even use a cord if you need to. This does have some cool camera features to it. You can basically just completely look all around the vehicle, which is actually really awesome. And they have something called what was that, invisible hood? And it's really neat. You can kind of blow the camera up. As we drive here, you can kind of see that you can use this for off-roading, parking. In the Pro 4X trim, that would actually be super nice for off-roading. I probably wouldn't want to off-road a Platinum Reserve trim at all, but really cool. They actually don't have a camera underneath of the vehicle. It's using all the cameras combined to kind of fill in what's underneath the vehicle to kind of give you an idea of where you're going. I think that is really cool and very good use of this screen real estate for sure. Overall, pretty impressed with this infotainment. It is a little bit convoluted. There's a lot of stuff going on, but I think with time you'll actually be able to figure it out relatively quickly. Speaking of figuring things out relatively quickly, the amount of physical controls here is amazing. A little bit of a con here is the amount of black plastic, these piano black plastic here, but at least we have physical controls. You have your four-wheel drive controls here, drive modes, ton of drive modes. Your heated seats, ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, dual zone climate controls, your Prindle, well, I guess there's no L, so the Prind. Your air suspension, raise and lower, your auto start stop, wireless charger here with some connectivity, couple cup holders. You can even close this as well to hide everything. Looks very nice. I like this wood color. It's not too tacky at all. Good size center console with a removable tray and a light down there. Decent sized glove box as well. You have an auto dimming rear view mirror that is digital as well. Down here you do have a pass through which you can store some stuff down there. Your wife can store her purse or whatever she decides to bring home from TJ Maxx right down there, which is very nice. Do have an illuminated visor mirror too with a ticket holder, which is nice to see. And I did forget to mention this vehicle also does come with a built-in dash cam, which I think more vehicles should do. All you got to do is just hit this button here. It's got a front, a rear. It's got an inside dash cam, so it's both of us here. Pretty cool. You can even take a photo as well. So I think that about covers everything on the inside as far as interior features go. Overall, the quality here is top notch. I mean, you have stitching everywhere. I mean, the steering wheel is stitched. This is stitched. I mean, guys, look at this. Very cool. Everything's soft to the touch. I do have a little bit of rattling going on here with some plasticky sounds. Not quite sure what that is. That's the only rattles in the vehicle. Other than that, it's put together pretty nicely. Let's go ahead and put our seatbelt on and go ahead and take this for a spin. All right. This vehicle does also have an automatic four-wheel drive system. You can also manually engage it in 4 high and 4 low if you need to. Transmission is very smooth. Engine sounds great. Lots of torque down low. You have paddle shifters behind the wheel that you can shift the transmission manually if you need to. Then you just press and hold the paddle shifter to go back into regular drive. Did forget to mention, you do have a integrated trailer brake controller over here on the right. This vehicle can tow up to 8,500 pounds. It retains the same towing capacity as the predecessor with the V8, so that's pretty awesome to hear. Obviously, you'll probably have to put premium fuel to, achieve that rating, but yeah, pretty nice to see. Beautiful scenery through here. You have a heads-up display as well with traffic sign recognition. Like I mentioned before, you do have ProPilot Assist 2.1. It is a hands-off, eyes-forward system. So you do have a driver attention monitor there. Obviously, it'll work on highways, mapped highways and things like that. It's a very good system. I used it in the Nissan Armada. We probably won't get to use it today just because of the route we were on. But once I get one of these to test for a while back at home, we'll be able to evaluate that more closely. You have different displays here in the gauge cluster. It's pretty cool. You can have an information overload display or a minimalist display. Hopefully you guys can see that. Really impressed with the air suspension here. We're on kind of a smoother road, but as I've been hitting some manhole covers and stuff, not a whole lot of cabin intrusion. Very comfortable ride.
Very smooth.
Yeah, very smooth for sure. Yeah, it's quick. It's quick. This engine sounds really good too. I mean, yeah, do I miss the sound of a V8? Yeah, but I mean, this sounds great too. No complaints at all. I don't hear any fake pumped in engine noise at all. I mean, it's just, man, there's a lot of torque. It's funny because the whole vehicle just lifts up. You can see the hood just lift up. It's awesome. It's quick. Handling here is really good. Very surprising. Just, low speed driving, the steering is nice and light, but, when you start pushing around corners, it weights up nicely. It's pretty responsive. Not a whole lot of body roll. I mean, it's, a big SUV. It's something to be expected, but it's not like you're falling off your chair. I like this route that we're on because it's pretty realistic of what the actual buyer is going to be driving it on. And around town, perfect vehicle. Nice and smooth, quiet. The thing that surprised me most is the brakes here. I've been in a Tahoe, I've been in a new Sequoia, and those feel like they actually needed a little bit more braking power in order to stop. This actually is really good. I had to make a pretty quick stop at a light that was turning red. And I had full confidence that this thing was going to come to a stop. I tell you what, guys, these seats, I know I said it maybe 2 or 3 times before, and I like to repeat myself a lot in my videos, but my goodness, Nissan, I might take one of these out of the Armada here today and bring it back home for an office chair. You might have an Armada with one less seat in it. So I was sitting here at the red light. This vehicle also does have a 12-speaker Klipsch audio system. Go ahead and test that out while we're waiting here. Track. very impressive. Very impressive, guys. I think that is an A-tier system. I don't think it's quite to the S-tier level like the Bowers & Wilkins in a Volvo, but it is very, very good. You can tell this entire road was just awful with potholes and things like that, and this thing handled it pretty nicely. No complaints at all. All right, guys, I think that's going to be it for the 2025 Nissan Armada Platinum Reserve first impressions. Shout out to Nissan for inviting me up here to check this out. I really appreciate it. It is an incredible vehicle, and I can't wait to get my hands on one of these back home for a week or two. We'll take you for one more quick walk around it, and we'll conclude the video there. Just looks absolutely proper. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. I don't know why it does that. Very, very cool. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.